Hello shooters, thanks for watching. Today's episode of Tire Iron Goes to School is stripper clips versus magazines, particularly for the SKS. When I posted my original video on the Tapco SKS, the Bubbified one, and also when I did the video on the super rapid release for the SKS, and just posting on different internet boards about my findings with my SKS and how it's kind of evolved over the years, I get a comment every now and again that says, dude, leave it like it is. Stripper clips are faster. Stripper clips are better than mags. And I took that at face value for a long time until a couple weeks ago I thought, I did a Google search. I couldn't find anything that gave definitive evidence one way or the other whether stripper clips or magazines were better. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go through the pros and cons of stripper clips and magazines. So when I was coming up for the test criteria for stripper clips versus magazines, this is what I decided to do. I put a Tapco magazine in the gun, and I put one round in the gun, so that at the beep I'd come up, I'd make a shot, and the bolt would lock back, and I would either use a stripper clip to load 10 rounds, or I would change magazines. Yeah, when you change mags, you load 20 rounds instead of 10, but that I just wanted to go to see what the speed was between the stripper clips and a mag change. And I put the magazine and the stripper clip on a table because stripper clips and Tapco 20 round magazines, they're not real pouch compatible. We'll go into that, but I wanted to eliminate the whole deal about trying to pull a stripper clip out of a pouch and keeping all 10 rounds on the stripper clip. And also these Tapco magazines, the way they have that duck bill, you know, they're not pouch compatible very well either. So they both have some issues there. So I wanted to remove that just from the speed testing. So we're going to go to the range. We're going to load one round in the gun. At the beep, we're going to come up, fire a shot. We're going to get the bolt's going to lock back. And from a table, I'm going to either grab a stripper clip and load 10 rounds and make a shot, or I'm going to change magazines and make a shot. And we'll do that and then come back.
Okay, these first couple of video clips are just changing out with the mag, and you've seen these before if you've seen my other SKS videos, either for the SRR or just talking about the Tapco SKS in general. As you can see, it's pretty fast, it's very smooth, very consistent. It makes for a nice magazine change. And I do have to note that every time you change the mag, it's 20 rounds. Here's the first reload using stripper clips. Notice that when I'm doing the stripper clips, my situational awareness is Zippo. It's watching the gun, trying to get the stripper clip and all the rounds from that stripper clip into the gun. And it can be kind of a chore. I was using some East German, some Yugoslavian. I don't know. I was using all mil-spec SKS stripper clips. I didn't have any Chinese commercial ones, because everybody says the mil-spec ones are a lot better, so those are the ones I used. But still, the rounds will bind in it. It's hard to find that little slot. This one's painfully slow, and the couple times I wasn't able to get all 10 rounds. It was just taking too stinking long. So I'd pull the stripper clip out and a round would be on the bottom, or two. Just not a good way to reload under stress. Maybe when you're sitting at a bench and the sun's shining on you, it's no big deal. But as you'll notice, it's chilly. I'm wearing a coat and gloves, which is a good thing. I wanted to test it, you know, quote unquote worst case scenario when you're wearing gloves. And using the gloves in combination with the stripper clips is it's much slower. Here you'll see I put the helmet cam on, so you'll see. Yeah, crap. Sometimes it's hard to get it in there. You'll see that it's not as easy than with a magazine. It's slower, much slower. Here's another one with the helmet cam. Find that slot not as easy. Then pushing the rounds down through that. They can bind. The rounds bind in the stripper clips. No matter who makes the stripper clip, it binds. Here's on the move. This is on the move with the magazine. I'm having the magazine in a pocket. It's not coming out of a pouch, it's coming out of a pocket. And the same with the stripper clips that I'm doing right now, stripper clip on the move. I'm coming from a pocket. You know, still, it can be done, no question about it. It's just not as fast or as smooth than when using a magazine. Probably obvious from watching the video that loading with mags is much faster than the stripper clips, but viewing the actual times is what really tells the whole story. As you can see, the stripper clips, there's a lot of variance in the times from a low of 8.13 seconds up to a high of 18.8 seconds. In other words, it's easier to fumble with a stripper clips than it is a magazine, and it's not always easy to get all round stripped into the firearm. You can see on 2 instances I wasn't able to get all 10 in. It just would have taken, even at the 18.8, one of the rounds never made it in. It hung up on the stripper clip. And if you notice, the slowest time of the magazine change is still a second and a half faster than the fastest time using the stripper clips. Then when we did the magazine changes, loading with stripper clips on the move, it didn't change at all, which is good news. That means there's consistency across the board with using magazines and with using the stripper clips. The magazines are going to be at least twice as fast as using the stripper clips on average, and the numbers don't lie.
Okay, so let's analyze the data, and I think you saw it on the video. Switching mags, the reason it's easier and faster is we've got a ginormous hole here to put the magazine in. Whereas when we're looking at the stripper clip, you've got that little slot there, and it's hard to do at speed, to hit that little slot and then push all the rounds down into it. The slot's harder to find than that big hole for the magazine. So it takes more fine motor skills to use the stripper clip than it does the magazine. And under stress, we know that our fine motor skills kind of go away to one degree or another. So it's easier and faster under stress to hit the magazine into the magazine well than to try and get the stripper clip into that little slot in the bolt. That's why it's so dang much faster. Okay, shooters, final analysis. These are lighter. They're much more prone to flub. These are a little bit heavier, a little bit bulkier, but it's a much quicker, much cleaner reload. Neither one of these have good pouch options. This one, if you have the stripper clip hack of putting a little zip tie through there, then you got to spin this around. It's, you know, if your hands are wet or cold or whatever, it may fall out of your hands. Magazine is a much better deal. This magazine would be a clear winner if it didn't have this duckbill, what they call it, this duckbill on there. Were I to run an SKS as my primary go-to rifle, and I don't, but were I to run an SKS as my primary go-to rifle, I'd have it set up the exact way that I do. I'd have the SRR on there, and there's a magazine adapter called a Marcus magazine adapter, and it allows you bolt it up inside your SKS. There's no mods to your SKS. Then you're able to cut this duckbill off and treat it like a real magazine. Were I to run an SKS, that's exactly what I'd do. I'd get that Marcus magazine adapter, I'd get that SRR, and I'd cut the duckbills off these so this will go into regular pouches. And then this would be an absolute clear winner, and there'd be no reason at all to hang on to any of these. Thank you for watching. I appreciate a like, shares, and subscribes. Any comments or questions or opinions, please post them below. I'll do my best to answer them. And until next time, have a great day.